Hello, coin enthusiasts and collectors. Welcome back to Old Charles, your go-to spot for everything coins and currency. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1997 United States one dime. We'll be exploring its value, history, and what makes this particular coin so interesting. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, stay tuned as we take a closer look at this iconic dime. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The United States one dime, which has been in circulation since 1796, is the smallest coin in U.S. currency, both in size and value. The dime represents 10 cents or 1/10 of a dollar. Over the years, the design has undergone several changes, but one of the most notable is the image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which has been featured on the dime since 1946. Now, the 1997 one dime, like all Roosevelt dimes, carries the familiar portrait of Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinnott. But what makes this particular year interesting? Well, there's much more to it than meets the eye. Let's talk about how many of these 1997 dimes were actually produced. In 1997, the U.S. Mint struck over 1.4 billion dimes across its various facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. That's a lot of dimes, which means this coin was widely circulated at the time and probably spent a lot of time in your pocket or purse. Despite the high mintage, it's important to note that the 1997 dime doesn't carry any significant rarity, at least not in standard circulation. So, if you happen to find one in your change, you're looking at a coin that was mass-produced for everyday transactions. So, how much is your 1997 dime worth today? Well, the value of a circulated 1997 dime is, of course, 10 cents, its face value. But what about uncirculated versions or those in exceptional condition? Let's break that down. If you've got a 1997 dime that's been sitting in a drawer, untouched and in mint condition, you might be able to fetch a little more than 10 cents. The value of a 1997 dime in uncirculated condition is typically around 25 to 50 cents, depending on its grade. And if you happen to find one graded as proof, meaning it was specially made for collectors, then you're looking at a higher value. A 1997 proof dime could be worth anywhere from $2 to $5, depending on its condition and the presence of a certification from a reputable grading service. While the 1997 dime doesn't have any major varieties or errors that stand out, that doesn't mean it's entirely free from interesting finds. Sometimes, you might come across a 1997 dime with a minor minting flaw, like a double die or an off-center strike, which could increase its value among collectors. However, these are rare, and most 1,997 dimes you encounter won't have such characteristics. That being said, if you find a 1997 dime with an unusual mark or flaw, don't just toss it aside. It could be worth more than you think. Just be sure to have it evaluated by an expert to see if it has any potential collectible value. For those of you who are starting a coin collection or just want to add a piece of history to your collection, the 1997 one dime is a great place to begin. While it's not rare, it's still an essential coin that represents a part of the United States' ongoing numismatic tradition. You can easily find 1,997 dimes in online marketplaces or through local coin shops. Just keep in mind that their value won't skyrocket. These coins are great for completing your sets or simply appreciating the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. So, there you have it. The 1997 United States one dime might not be a coin that's going to make you rich, but it's still a great piece of American currency with plenty of history. Whether you're holding onto it as part of a collection or just keeping it in your wallet, it's always nice to know the story behind the coins we carry every day. Large in comparison to later dimes and were made of silver. The first design featured Lady Liberty on the obverse, facing left, and a small eagle on the reverse. This design was used until 1809 when it was replaced by a more mature-looking Liberty. The size of the dime continued to evolve over the years, especially after the Copper Coinage Act of 1837, which standardized the size of U.S. coins. This marked a shift towards the more familiar, smaller dimes that would later be used in the 20th century. One of the most iconic dime designs in U.S. history came from Charles E. Barber, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The Barber dime, introduced in 1892, featured a profile of Liberty wearing a coronet, with the word Liberty inscribed on it. The reverse displayed an eagle, holding a ribbon that carried the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. The Barber dime was in circulation for over 20 years before being replaced by the Mercury dime in 1916. The Mercury dime, one of the most beloved designs in U.S. coinage history, was created by Adolph A. Weinman. Featuring a depiction of Liberty, with a winged cap symbolizing freedom and speed, the Mercury dime was introduced in 1916 to replace the Barber dime. The reverse of the coin featured a fasces, a bundle of rods symbolizing strength, and an olive branch, representing peace. This design was used for almost 3 decades until 1945, when it was replaced by the Roosevelt dime in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away earlier that year. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, features a profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This coin was designed by John R. Sinnott, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver. Roosevelt's image was chosen to honor his efforts during the Great Depression and his leadership during World War II. The reverse design of the Roosevelt dime depicts a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength, respectively. This design has remained relatively unchanged for decades, though minor alterations in the engraving have occurred over time. By 1997, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for over 5 decades. The coin continued to be produced in large numbers due to its widespread use in everyday transactions. The 1997 one dime saw a production of more than 1.4 billion coins, with the majority struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Though the 1997 dime doesn't carry any unique design changes or significant historical events attached to it, it represents an era in which the U.S. Mint continued its long tradition of striking dimes for practical use, while keeping the same beloved Roosevelt design that had been in place for over 50 years. Today, the 1997 one dime, like many coins from the late 20th century, is often collected by enthusiasts due to its place in the history of American currency. The dime has undergone some changes over the years, with various mint marks, special editions, and errors making certain coins more valuable to collectors. However, for the most part, dimes from this period, including the 1997 version, are more valued for their historical significance and design rather than rarity or substantial financial worth. The 1997 dime also marks a time when the United States Mint was transitioning to more modern methods of coin production, using higher quality materials and more advanced minting techniques, ensuring that dimes from this era are durable and long-lasting. The U.S. one dime *** has evolved significantly since its creation in 1796, reflecting changes in design, minting technology, and American society. From its early days of large, silver coins to the introduction of the Roosevelt dime in the mid-20th century, the dime has played a key role in American coinage. The 1997 one dime stands as a continuation of that legacy, a well-crafted coin used in millions of enthusiasts alike. The condition of a coin significantly influences its value, and the 1997 United States one dime is no exception. Coins are graded based on their physical appearance, which includes factors like wear, scratches, and the clarity of their design. The most commonly used grading scale for coins is the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Here's a breakdown of what the condition of a 1997 dime might look like in various grades. In this condition, the coin shows significant wear and the details are mostly worn down. The design, including Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait and the reverse torch, may be difficult to distinguish. There may be scratches or signs of heavy use. However, the coin is still identifiable as a 1997 dime. This grade is common for coins that have been in circulation for a long time. At this grade, the coin still shows noticeable wear, but the details are a little clearer. Roosevelt's features on the obverse are more visible, though they may still have a flat appearance. The reverse design of the torch is somewhat worn, but moderate wear on the design but readable details. Some of the lettering may be worn or indistinct. An extremely fine 1997 dime will show minimal wear, mainly on the high points of the design, such as Roosevelt's cheek and the tips of the branches on the reverse. The coin has been in circulation but still maintains a significant portion of its original luster. Most details are still sharp, especially on the obverse. Some evidence of handling, but the coin still looks fresh overall. An uncirculated coin shows no signs of wear and has sharp, clear details. These coins are typically in near-perfect condition and were likely stored away from circulation, such as in a collection or mint set. No wear, but the coin may have some imperfections like small nicks or scratches. The coin still looks almost new but may have noticeable imperfections due to handling or minting. A little luster may be lost, and slight discoloration could appear. The coin will be almost flawless, with sharp, defined features. A coin rated MS-70 is perfect, showing no imperfections at all. The luster of the coin should be vibrant and pristine. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and are not meant for circulation. These coins are struck multiple times to ensure a high-quality finish, often with a mirror-like surface. The 1997 proof dime would have been made at the U.S. Mint specifically for collectors, mirror-like finish with sharp, clear contrast between the background and the design. A PR-70 coin is flawless, with no visible imperfections under magnification. While the basic grading is helpful, several other factors influence the coin's condition. Coins that were stored in pockets, purses, or loose change often show more wear and tear. Coins that were kept in protective holders or coin albums are more likely to be in higher grades, such as uncirculated or proof. Sometimes, a coin's condition is influenced by the way it was struck at the mint. Mint errors or issues like double strikes or off-center coins can affect the overall appearance, sometimes leading to a more collectible or valuable item, depending on the error type. Exposure to moisture, dirt, or extreme temperatures can cause a coin to tarnish, discolor, or corrode. This is especially true for coins that have been exposed to outdoor elements for extended periods. If your 1997 dime is submitted for grading by a professional organization, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the coin will be encapsulated in a protective slab with a certification of its grade. A certified, high-grade coin will often be worth more than an uncertified coin of the same age and type. The 1997 one dime in uncirculated or proof condition will generally be worth more than one in circulated condition. If you